Hey guys, welcome back to Puff It Louder, and welcome back to Charade Maniacs with Chigasaki. Last episode, we were trying to figure out where the hell Chigasaki has been going in the middle of the night, where he doesn't say, first of all, he sneaks out, he's crippled, he's using a cane, he lost the usage of his right, I think, leg in one of the punishment games, and he's still heading outside somewhere to some mystery place. He won't tell us where. He is being super cagey about whatever it is that he's doing, but he did admit to us that he's getting injured with whatever he's doing, and he's like, it has to be done, and he thinks that he's not an important person that we need to worry about, and we should just be able to look the other way and call it a day, which infuriates me to no end. And he's just like, oh, just don't concern yourself with it anymore, it's not a big deal. And that's just not how these things work, right? So we're gonna get right into it, and I'm just gonna, oh god, I don't even know, what can we even do? I want to shake him, and I want to say, tell me where you went! But, let's see. He pleaded. Chigasaki's smile was a plea. Then he returned to his room. What the heck? In other words, I didn't get a single answer that I wanted. Chigasaki. I only came away with more doubts. I watched some of the numerous dramas in my room that day. A drama with Abana and Iochi, one with Tomase, Futami, and Haiji, and the third one was a drama with Chigasaki and Dazai. Oh, and we also learned that Chigasaki has, a really bad number of points. He has a really low number.
だから、ここで装置を起動させればいい。打ち合わせの通りに行けば問題なく内部に侵入できるはずだ。
Look at the outfits. Look at this. Look at Chigasaki's little hairstyle. Hello? It was a suspense drama, and the two of them were members of a criminal group. Illegal entry, kidnapping, and murder. This group was willing to do anything. Simply listening to their conversation was unnerving.
黙っているということは何か異論が？
いえ、そんなことはないんだ。ここで俺があいつを始末すればいいんだね。
Expunge. That's an SAT word.
そう。お前が失敗すれば俺がやる。とにかく今は作戦を頭に叩き込め。明日確認するからな。
わかった。俺あまり力になれなくて、ごめんね。
I thought about this while watching the drama, but Chigasaki's acting didn't seem like it was that bad. I assumed that the one with the lowest points was Haiji, since he couldn't read kanji and often got his lines wrong. But when I asked him during dinner last night, Haiji's total points had already surpassed 400. Yeah, Chigasaki's, if I remember correctly, was 200 or something like that. That made it all the more strange. Why are Chigasaki's points so unreasonably low? Chigasaki was always kind, so I wondered why he felt so cold this morning. Something must have happened, but he refused to tell me about it. What if? Now this is a big what if. Chigasaki put himself down like that and said he'd get me back home to our original world because he's the traitor. Is that even possible? After coming to that conclusion, I thought about Chigasaki's punishment game.
ともあれ、茅ヶ崎さんはプロデューサー候補から削除か。あの剣幕を見る限りは違うだろう。俺がプロデューサーなら罰ゲームは最後まで回避する。
確かにそうだな。あのうろたえようは 演技って感じじゃなかった。
そんなの当たり前だろ。茅ヶ崎さんはプロデューサーなんかじゃねえよ。
I don't know. そこで熱くなっても仕方ないだろ。この中にプロデューサーがいるのは事実のようだしね。
自作自演って可能性もあるよ。自分から罰ゲームを受ければみんなから疑われにくくなるじゃない。
I can't say that's how it is, but I can't deny it either. Whatever the reason is, intentional or not, if he betrayed us, that would explain Chigasaki's attitude. I sighed a little. Either way, this is nothing but a guess. I had no proof of it. I don't want to suspect someone when I'm like this. I feel like it's so hard to say because it's like he has the potential of being a producer, I think, because of the way that he comes off. I still doubt him, even though it's like, I feel like it's so, I can't even really explain it. There's something about him that makes me still wonder if he's lying. Like, I think that the emotion behind his whole arm thing is true, but I wonder if that was like not planned. Like, I wonder if like things are like going out of the producer's hands kind of thing, like, or if, because we know that there can be multiple sponsors, right? Like, is he another sponsor? Like, that's my guess right now. I don't know. I'm leaning more towards that, like, Chigasaki's another sponsor versus him being a producer. I went down to the living room to eat lunch, and I saw Chigasaki and Dazai out in the yard. I remembered the drama from earlier, and I wondered what they would be talking about. The drama's content was extreme. The scenes didn't require anything crazy, but the next episode could... They were talking about killing someone. As I walked into the yard, I thought about how to plan for the situation at hand. As I drew nearer, I heard their conversation.
昨日も話しましたが、ドラマは一定周期で巡ってくるから、次の話は5日から7日で必ず来るわけだし、確実とは言い難いですが、次の話か、もしくは次の次の話になれば、きっとそういうシーンが出てくると思います。
Oh God.
相手が誰になるかは分かりませんが、どうするつもりですか？誰かを殺す羽目になったら、茅ヶ崎様。
Oh, so they were talking about the drama. But Chigasaki didn't answer and maintained his silence.
まさか、また罰ゲームを受けてもいいだなって思ってるんじゃ。
僕はそれよりも気になっていることが。
何ですか？
彼女のことどうするつもりですか？
Her? I froze in my tracks. Was he still talking about the drama? It sounded like he was changing the subject.
別の方法も考えています。今はそんな様子も見られないし。
What the hell are they talking about? There's only one woman here, so...
そうですか。
What are they even talking about? The conversation was strange, so I listened in. But Chigasaki suddenly looked at me. I panicked since he noticed I was eavesdropping, but he waved me over as if he didn't mind. Is this okay? I approached both of them and said hi. They responded as if nothing happened. I assumed it wasn't a big deal. I saw you two talking from the living room. I thought you might be talking about the drama.
Oh.
About the drama for the next episode, do you think it'll be alright, Chigasaki? Won't it have some dangerous content?
僕はそんなことはないかと。
Chigasaki tried to brush it off with a smile, but Dazai raised his hand slightly.
じゃあ、俺は昼飯食ってくる。
Huh? Are we talking about the drama?
多分俺の言いたいことは大体お前と同じだから、俺の分も茅ヶ崎さん説得しといてくれよ。今すげえ腹減っててさ。じゃあ。
Does I? Oh, okay then. As Dazai left, Chigasaki made an inexplicable expression, like he wanted to say something but thought better of it. I wondered what it might be, but then he turned to me.
僕と話すより太宰君と話す方が楽しいのでは。
Oh, yikes. That's not what I expected. Huh?
その瀬名さんと太宰君は同い年ですし、二人は兄弟の話でも盛り上がっていましたし、僕よりもずっと共通点が。
I don't like that. I looked at Chigasaki's face in surprise, but he was completely serious and it didn't seem like he was teasing me at all. It almost seemed like he was panicking because he had been backed into a corner.
それに僕が瀬名さんの隣に並んでもみっともないだけですから。
Why would you say that? I shouted angrily. I gasped in surprise at my sudden outburst, but I took a deep breath before continuing. Why would you say that? Who told you that you're pitiful? Was it me or was it someone else?
いえ、
Then why put yourself down like that? I don't know why you would do that to yourself, Chigasaki. Is it your looks or what's inside? I don't understand what's wrong. Why do you always push others away like this? I shouted out again and reached for Chigasaki's hand.
触らないでください。
Oh, picture get! Oh, shit! He smacked my hand away. Look at this picture. The drama! I understood the issue with his right hand, so I reached for his left instead. However, he smacked my hand anyway. I gasped when I saw his face twist in pain.
すみません。でも触らないで。
What's going on? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that you dislike being touched. My voice was shaking. I was surprised that Chigasaki raised his voice. I was shaken up because the Chigasaki in front of me was different from the one I knew. When I was unable to speak, he reached his hand out to me in kindness. I cautiously backed away, as did he. I could hear in his voice that he was more afraid than I was.
違うんです。あなたが嫌なんじゃなくて汚いから。
Am I filthy? Or is he saying that he's filthy? Because after he said that, Chigasaki turned his back to me and returned to the living room. He ran away from me and never turned to look back even once. Filthy? No matter how much time passed, I never understood why Chigasaki said that. I was walking out at night alone. It's so dark. It was so quiet that it made me feel uneasy. When there wasn't a sound to be heard, it meant that the Arcadians weren't around. I shouldn't have been afraid, but I kept looking behind myself. Watcher, be sure to keep up with me, okay? I was told Arcadia was safe. There was a time where I felt disgusted seeing Arcadians, but I had never been in danger. In an emergency, Tomase or anyone else was just a call away, and I was sure that Watcher could help with something too. But the darkness in front of me made me fearful. That fear of the unknown, anxiety. Where did Chigasaki go? It's so dark. I imagined Chigasaki going out in the middle of the night, visiting various places. The shop-filled street was void of any light, and all the buildings were closed. I had to pause for a second because I was trying to understand what the sentence was, but that made sense. The park was empty. Of course, there were no Arcadians anywhere. It was so dark and walking around was inconvenient. She keeps saying that it's dark, but there's the street lights everywhere, so... And... the library was open. The dark shadows buried under the books were serene. The moonlight that shone into the window strangely put my mind at ease and erased my anxiety. But because of what was erased, the one emotion left behind became more prominent. Does he hate me or suspect me? Either way, he pushed me away to keep his distance. What did I do wrong? Was it because I tried to question him? If I didn't suspect anyone, then maybe Chigasaki would have treated me the same as always. My heart hurt. All I tried to do was support him, so I wondered why it ended up that way. There was no point in regretting the past. I should have pretended to not see anything if I wasn't prepared to face the consequences. But if I couldn't even do that, I must keep moving forward to confirm everything. I faced the shelf to look for a disc. It was the disc that Chigasaki was looking at when we were at the library yesterday. I called out to him.
何ですか?
I'm just reading all the flashbacks with that weird voice. His reaction at the time was strange. It looked like he panicked and tried to hide something so that I didn't see it. So maybe he had come here in the middle of the night too. I thought about that and looked around the shelves. The disc that Chigasaki held onto was from one of the past dramas. It was titled Sun. I went to the shelf Chigasaki had returned it to, and decided to look everywhere if I didn't find it. In the end, I looked through all the archived footage that I could find. It's not here. I mumbled to myself, my own disappointment echoing back. I opened up my bangle cautiously. I knew that searching for the episode would be possible if I knew its title. The past episodes stored at the library were linked to our bangles. That meant that the library was more like a database on our server than our bangles could connect to. So a disk in the library could be checked using anyone's bangle. But on the flip side, it isn't here. I don't see it anywhere. Data that wasn't accessible by a bangle is data that has been removed from the library. It was the disc that Chigasaki was watching. I covered and closed my eyes to think. We're forbidden from removing past episodes. Hakase had mentioned that doing so would set off an alarm, but that past episode was gone. Chigasaki was likely the last person to see it. The only person who could do that is a... I opened my eyes and sighed. My hand rubbed against my clothes as I dropped it. That one word echoed in my mind. Traitor. I had to catch my breath. Stop. You don't need to know. Don't ask. If this was the reason Chigasaki said that, that would mean... I moved away from the shelf and exited the library. Seeing both moons in the sky, I stamped out the suspicions in my heart. Say, Watcher, you're always so cute and you always grant favors for me. I don't have to suspect anyone, right? I reached out whimsically and caught Watcher. Watcher then moved the antenna on its head like wings and acted like it was nervous. Sorry. I let it go and it flew in the air again. It truly seemed to be alive, like Palt. I smiled and returned to the lodging with Watcher. I was facing so many contradictions at that moment, but I felt that I couldn't deal with any of them at that time.
The
information team gathered in Dase's room as usual, and we gave our daily reports to each other. We didn't get important information every single day, but it felt different when we were actually doing something.
僕は特に新しい情報が
I found some data in the library about the Arcadians, although we already know much of the information. At least on the surface, Chigasaki and I were supposed to be investigating together. But ever since I tried to touch him and he pushed me away, Chigasaki avoided me. I was investigating alone. Arcadians don't quite understand emotions, and their athletic abilities are also subpar, but they have a keen sense of smell and hearing. We consider Arcadians to be people, but there are also other living things much smaller than people, like animals.
ああ、一度だけ見たことあるな。犬っぽい生き物。
I haven't seen those often, but I'm assuming that they're probably muddy on the inside. I think they're basically the same thing.
まあそうだろうな。
でも感情が乏しいって言うけど、前よりだいぶ会話が通じるようになったよな。今はもう化け物なんて呼べねえな。
報告は以上で終わりか？セナ、茅ヶ崎さん。
Yeah.
ありがとうございます、セナさん。
Oh, it's nothing. After this awkward exchange, we ended the meeting.
てかさ、太宰、後ろの髪すげえ跳ねてるから。それ寝癖か？今夕方だぞ。
マジか。全然気がつかなかった。なんで誰も言ってくれないんだ？
面白いからじゃね。ほんとすげえから。重力無視してるから。
そういうお前もフード裏返ってる。
Wow.
いや、フード裏返ってるくらい別にさ。マジでこれ裏返ってんのか？見えねえ。
嘘だよ。
ないわ。
I love those two. Two of them continued their exchange as I left. And we're gonna stop here. I actually, because she mentioned the Arcadian thing, now I'm having a second suspicion, right? And this is gonna be the craziest fucking suspicion I've ever said, I think, in the history of this game that we've been playing through so far. In which, what if Chigasaki is an Arcadian? Like, hear me out. Wait. I can feel your eyes on me right now. Hold on. But, like, what if he's an Arcadian, though? Like, he's kind of sluggish, right? Like, I don't think he's got, like, crazy fast reflexes or anything. He wasn't really spooked by them when they saw them the first time around. And, like, he seemed, like, really willing to, like, touch her and everything beforehand. Like, he offered her his hands in the beginning before he realized that she was like afraid of them and everything like that. And then like afterwards, nowadays he calls himself like filthy. He feels like he's not good enough. He's constantly comparing himself to like everyone else and saying like, oh, like everyone else is better than me and blah 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 blah. Like, what if he's like not fully human? What if he's an Arcadian? I don't know, like, that must be, like, the craziest thing I've ever said. He's probably not Arcadian, but, like, imagine if he was just, like, one of those amoeba people. I don't even know what I would do. I don't know. Like, how do you get a happy ending with one of the amoebas? Like, you can't, do you just stay here and just, like, have amoeba children? Like, I don't know, man, I don't know. But next episode, we'll just... I don't know. I want to see what's on the disc, but the disc is missing now, and it makes me suspect, like... Only the producer can take out the discs, right? From the library. But I feel like the sponsors might be able to do as well. See? So, like... Now, like, I'm just... I feel like... I don't know. Chigasaki has to be involved somehow, right? I don't know. I'm getting such weird vibes from this man. I feel like he's gotta be involved some way, shape, or form in either Arcadia. He's either an Arcadian, he's the producer, or he's a sponsor, or he's something. There's something happening. And we're gonna find out at some point.